Mike. Yes, good evening to the global community of Tiashans. This is Mr. Abundant coming to you on the 5th day of January 2020 is exactly 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 p.m. West Central Africa time. You know, the people don't know that we have two time zone here in West Africa. All right, and so we have a very packed panel today. But first, let me uh, should I say share the screen? Share the screen, yes, and I will play our theme song. Our theme song that just came out hot off the grid, which I think it is actually very interesting. Please mute your mic, please. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
Growing up, it's a humble now. It's a revolution, oh yeah. I can feel the vibe and the energy so strong. Passion so pretty. So when you dream, you get me wrong. I think that oh my God, the poverty is in the past. Walija, you my God, just dream and become. Dream and become. Dream and become. Dream and become. She might be coming nowhere, doesn't understand what's about to go down the line. There'll be a shift in the influence of power and wealth breaks the bridge divided. With a little dream, you can become. I think that my God. The poverty is in the past. Walija, you my God, the stream and become. Stream and become. Stream and become.
They call me son of abundance. I like that. So I welcome everyone as I did. That was our song, introduction of our panel. We're supposed to have two more persons joining us. So we're going to lose two persons very early this evening. A matter of fact, it is a packed panel. And so let us introduce the panelists. We have our Regional Executive Director, Mr. Meto Kenston, out of Cameroon, who is our Executive Regional Director there. You're welcome, sir. We also have our French Translator, Director of the French countries and the National Executive Coordinator over there in France. Also, we have with us Pastor Emmanuel John, our National Executive Coordinator for Nigeria, our Global Youth Ambassador, Chief of Staff there in TACC, Mr. Gabriel, and we have one of the executive admin with us, which is Blessing Alihu. Did I pronounce your last name correctly? Yes, Blessing. Did I pronounce your last name? Alihu. Is that how you pronounce your last name, sir? I don't think he's listening. Please check your mic, and I think you're also your mic is on. but you're not hearing us. Okay, so let's go to Mr. Kenston. Mr. Kenston, welcome. I know that you're doing a wonderful job over there unmute yourself, Mr. Meto. Yeah, Mr. Meto, are you hearing me? Mr. Meto. Okay, I think he might be having some issues there. Okay, let's go to Pastor Emmanuel. Pastor Emmanuel John out of Nigeria. Unmute yourself, Pastor. Pastor Emmanuel, are you there? I think he might be having some issues also with the connection. All right. Blessing, can you hear us? Blessing, can you hear us? Okay, no, I don't think Blessing mic is connected. All right. So let's go to Mr. N4. Mr. N4, I see that we're having some challenge here this evening with this pack house. And so, yes, greet the house.
Good evening, the panel. And yes, indeed, we have this is one of the problems that we have to, TACC is going to bring a solution for this kind of problems. So there is a after COVID, and the word COVID, most of people did not distinguish between COVID and coronavirus. And I want to tell you that COVID-19 was purposely on the agenda of the airlines. And the COVID-19 means a certificate of vaccination ID. The year is 2019. So for those who doesn't know, who do not know about it, I'm just giving some details about the COVID word. So coronavirus is one thing, and COVID is another thing. And today we know it. So I want to tell somebody that TACC is here today to change lives. Take advantage of it and step in. Do not delay, do not wait, because we don't have enough time anymore. And we are going to make things happen. And you also, you are invited to come and realize yourself. You have been dreaming, and now come and become your dreams.
Yes, thank you, and become. All right, Mr. Ambassador, step in the ring here. And I want us to also look at what is happening now in Africa. You know, I did mention this morning that yes, the African continent initiated the 1st of January its free trade agreement where goods and services have now the opportunity to be traded should be seamlessly. But the question is this for the Africans, or is this agreement for the West and the East? You see, and so if it is to empower the African, what are the things that the leaders would have put in place before they signed this agreement? When we talk about what have they put in place, we look at infrastructure, bridges and roads connecting the different countries. What condition are they in? We're talking about able to fly without restrictions, or if it's for the expats who are coming in, that will be able to fly without any hindrance, but not the African. We're also looking at what incentive and how prepared are the local companies, businesses in each country in Africa to take advantage. What role did government play? Now, human development capital, what position are we in? How prepared are we Africans on the continent, young people, to take advantage of this free trade in terms of technology? What did we do with the youths to prepare them to take advantage, to be entrepreneurs? I don't know. I'm still asking the question, because from what I am seeing so far, the infrastructure within the country or countries that have been is nothing more than below the average. So I'm still to find out what this free trade will really bring to Africa, or is just another opportunity that they have opened the doors for the vultures to come in and to take now what they want. You see what I'm saying? Come in, Ambassador.
Yes, good evening, Brother M4. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. Good evening to the Theacians watching. Yeah, you know, I'm not an expert when it comes to trade, but I think I've studied what AFCTA is all about. It's Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. Okay, it's an initiative that actually gave birth in 2018 in Rwanda and Kigali.
Yes.
So now I was able to come out with to judge some of the objectives, and it says they are plan on one of the. I think we have about 6 objectives here. I'll just read some of them out. It says to create a single market, deepening the economic integration of the continent. Okay. Then establish a liberalized market through multiple rounds of negotiations. Aid the movement of capital and people, facilitating investment. 4, move towards the establishment of a future continental customs unions. 5, enhance competitiveness of member states within Africa and the global market. 6, encourage industrial development through diversification and regional value chain development, agricultural development, and food security. So now, you know, it is said that Africa is the second block when it comes to trade. Okay, we all know our experience, especially here in Nigeria, our experience with China.
By the way, yeah, go on.
You know, okay, you know, China basically manufacture 3 kinds of product. You know, the one for the first world countries, the America, the Britain, you know, Europe, you know. Then the ones for the second world countries or their fellow Asian countries like India, you know, these are second class product. Then the third category falls under the lesser product, which they dump here in Africa, especially my country here, Nigeria, in the sense that when you want to buy a laptop, instead of buying, let's say you want to buy HP Pavilion laptop, if you want to really get value for your money, don't buy from Nigeria directly. Don't stay in Nigeria and order it from China directly. Okay, the goods that will be shipped to you will be one of less value. Okay, so what if you really want value for your money, what you really need to do is to go and buy the exact one that was shipped to America from China, because Americans don't accept products that are not up to standard.
Have mercy.
So you see, Africans. I listened to your audio this morning. You said when Chinese wanted to go to join the WTO, it took 40 years. It took 40 years, right?
Yes, they prepare themselves.
Yes, 40 years to prepare themselves, personal development, human capital, and so on.
Yes.
And you see, yes, technology-wise, engineering, human development.
Yes, companies that you can't compete with them. In other words, they ensure that they position themselves so they are not being disadvantaged. Their people are not being disadvantaged. In other words, they went in there with their people in mind, that their people benefit the most. But what I am seeing here is that they look, for example, we're supposed to be the 6th region They call the diaspora the sixth region. I have not heard any preparation for us as descendants of Africans to come back to prepare ourselves to take advantage of this free trade agreement. I have not heard that cry. A matter of fact, for you to come into Africa, even though they say you are the sixth region, the amount of red tapes and visas and this and that you have to come in, it is just terrible.
You know, the policies in place are frustrating, no? You know.
Listen, I'm going to let me share my screen again. There, I'm going to play. Sorry, I'm going to play. Please mute yourself. I'm going to play a short video there with this Africa trade that we're talking about. Hear what BBC has to say.
Kenya is one of the world's biggest producers of flowers, but if you buy a bunch in Nigeria, they'll probably have gone through Holland. Nigeria, meanwhile, is a huge producer of palm oil, but Kenya buys its palm oil from Malaysia. This is the problem African leaders are trying to deal with as they sign a huge free trade deal. It's all heralding a golden age of Pan-African prosperity, right? Well, not necessarily, but it could be the start of something big. It's called the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFTA. Yeah, it's catchy, yeah? It means all countries agree to try and trade more with each other, reducing barriers like tariffs. So why are they doing it? Well, African countries don't trade with each other that much. In Europe, 70% of trade happens within the continent. In Asia, it's just over half. But in Africa, just 16% of trade is between African countries. A free trade area is designed to boost that number, creating jobs and opportunities. It could be an important milestone. Although it's still very far off, it leaves open the possibility of a fully integrated Pan-African economy with people, goods, and services able to move freely, similar to the way the European Union works. But that process took 50 years and had fewer barriers. Security problems and often poor infrastructure make trade harder. The continent's main exports are raw materials like oil and minerals, which are mostly sold to countries outside Africa, as neighbors haven't set up the industries to process them. The sheer size of Africa and number of countries makes reaching an agreement a difficult task. Just days before the signing, Nigeria decided it wasn't going to sign until it had consulted businesses and unions. Getting to this point may have taken years of negotiation, but the real work is about to begin.
Now, this audio highlights some of the areas that needs to be looked after. You know, we're having some issues here with Blessing. We're also having some issues with John, I can see. We're also having some issues with Mr. Kenson Metal. All right, please take off your mic, please. Please take off your... Okay, I think I might have to leave them permanently. I think this is Kenzo Metal mic is on. All right. Now, so from that audio that I just shared, you can see there are quite a few problems that were pointed out. One of the common is Africa produces a product, but another African country is buying it from outside of Africa. So we do not, as it were, buy what we produce. You see what I'm saying? We produce one thing, but we fail to patronize our own. Now, they say that the free trade agreement should be a solution, to this problem. Well, let's hope it is a solution to this problem, you see. But the poor infrastructure that is in place, you see, and where does TACC come in?
Okay.
Where TACC comes into this mix. All right. Now, let's see if we can get Blessing again. Blessing, can you hear us? Unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Okay. Now
Yes,
you sound
sir.
like you're ready. You sound like you're ready.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm with you now, sir.
Yes. Greet the house, sir.
Greetings to the global community of TACC and all over the world, and greetings to Mr. Abundance and my fellow panelists. Hello, did you hear me?
Yes, greetings, sir. Mr. Blessing Aliu, warm greetings. Well done, sir.
Thanks, sir. Greetings.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Mr. Abundance, do you really want me to continue?
Yes, the floor is yours now.
Oh, sorry. I thought he said I should just say hi to the house. Yeah, no, I was having problem with my stuff here. I did not really listen to the audio that was playing. But
Okay.
may I just say this? Because Mr. Abundance has set many of us on fire. And I can tell you that I'm loaded with the vision and the mission of TACC.
Yes.
And many of us from this side of the world, we are really burning for TACC. Well, I'm by name AJ Blessing or Blessing Aliu, coming to you from Ondo State, Nigeria. I came in contact with Mr. Abundance. Let me quickly say this through his audio when we were in another, crypto space. Then I hope many of us will know what I mean. I came in contact with his video, and since then I was so touched. I said, "Who is this man?" I was on fire. I said, "No," and his audio message really drove me to did a lot in that that community. And by the grace of God, I was in TACC right from the inception till now. I know what is happening. I know all the vision. I know the mission, and I can tell you that Mr. Abundance has really developed many of us, and many of us, we don't joke with the vision of TACC. But let me say this. You know that TACC, many people may not want to join because of one reason or the other. I've had a failure somewhere, I've had this. But the uniqueness of TACC, the mission of TACC is enough to convince every one of us. When I look at the leadership aspect of TACC, I am not saying this to flatter Mr. Abundance. I have traveled a lot and I've engaged in a lot of leadership in my life, but I've never seen a kind of leader like Mr. Abundance. That a leader that embraces
Okay. All right. I have to shift internet in midstream. So I'm not too sure about this one. Okay, I have Metal. You're there. Can you hear me, Mr. Metal? Can you hear me? Okay. There's something wrong with Mr. Metal's screen. And can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you perfectly, sir.
Mr. Metal, can you hear me? Mr. Metal, can you hear me? Mr. Metal, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Mr.
Hear you. Good evening.
Okay. Your internet is really bad. We can't hear you, so we might have to remove you from the
Hello.
Yeah, you're coming in. You're coming in real bad.
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay. Okay. Good evening. All right. Since your internet is terrible, greet the house. Okay, probably is now my internet because I have I have changed the internet because the internet, my premium internet is not working. All right, so what we will do now, I think we might have to revisit this program another time. Yeah, no, Meta, we have to remove you because it's not coming through. Your line is very terrible. All right, so let's go back to um, let's see if it's better with Blessing. This
Yes,
evening,
Blessing's network was good, no?
yes, Blessing.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can hear you again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah,
So
go on, sir.
I didn't know where I really stopped. I don't know where you had me.
Yeah, you were
Before the
actually
internet came
saying.
on.
Yeah, you were actually
Okay.
saying you traveled a lot and you've not seen a leader like Mr. Abundance. Yeah, that was where you
Thank
are,
you.
if I'm
Thank
not
you. Thank
mistaken.
you. Yes, that's what I was saying. Yes. I was saying that the kind of setting we have in the Abundance Community Coin is not common. I said the leadership aspect, our CEO, Mr. Abundance, is a unique man. I say I'm not saying that to flatter him. I said with all the leadership meetings, all leadership conferences I've ever attended, even in the Christian circle, I've not seen the kind of leadership like that of Mr. Abundance.
Have mercy.
A man that believes in equality, a man that will want to give the glory of any success to, not to himself, but to the community. Now, for these reasons and many other, the uniqueness, the mission, the assignment of TACC is enough to convince anyone to invest in TACC. Now, for example, I tell people, I said, when you listen to Mr. Abundance's messages, audio messages, video messages, and it doesn't change you, it means something is wrong with you. And I tell people, no normal person can change abnormal situation. And Mr. Abundance, I want to let you know that all your audio messages has turned some of us to abnormal person, to attack the abnormal situation of Africa, to attack the abnormal situation of our homes. So because of that, we are on fire. We are ready to go to any length concerning this coin. And may I say this, in my area, we have some group of people that are really on fire. In fact, they like to listen to Mr. Abundance. They call me, they say, what kind of man is this? Have you ever met him? I say, well, I've never met him. I've only had the privilege of talking with him. So, and I want to say this, Mr. Abundance is a gift, not only to the globe, it's a gift to me as a person. I'm afraid if anyone is listening to all that is happening now and he decides not to invest, such a person or a state, a country, a continent, we are at the end of the day suffer most. And that is why everybody must try to come on board. Everybody must try to come on board. And if we are going to start with it, I may ask you a question. If anybody comes to you and say, Abundance Community Coin or Abundance Coin, who is the owner? What are you going to tell him? You may tell him Mr. Abundance is the owner. That's a wrong answer. You may tell him Abundance Coin is our coin. To some extent, I don't agree with that. If you are going to give answer to such a question, tell that individual, Abundance Coin is my coin. This is our own. It's not like those one we started, you don't know the leader, you can't see anybody, you don't really know whatever they decide to do, that's the end. And let me quickly shift this. Mr. Abundance, what you are doing, many people may not really see the beauty of it, but history is the fair judge. Do you know that in that other community where they blackmailed Mr. Abundance then, and they fought against him, we are still in some of those platforms because we decided not to live there. Most of those leaders that were castigating Mr. Abundance then, many of them are not there now. And we are ready to welcome them to the Abundance Community Coin. We are ready to welcome them. Many of them that were castigating because they now saw that they have seen the truth. And many of them, they have fallen from the track.
Have mercy.
So what am I trying to say? Abundance Community Coin is a place that is designed for me and you. It's a place that is designed to change and to alter our life. It's a platform that is designed to make every one of us to become wealthy, to bury what we call, a poverty in our lineage. It takes abnormality to change abnormal situation. Are you still normal? We thought we are hearing it. We thought the message we are hearing from Mr. Abundance. Are you still normal? I want to tell you, as for me and some of my group in this side of Nigeria, we are abnormal because we are ready. The messages of Mr. Abundance has turned us to abnormal persons, and we are ready to attack that abnormal situation because we are ready to change it.
Yes, sir. I want to thank you for that introduction, sir. And I always say I remain your humble servant. Now, Pastor John, I'm not too sure if you're hearing us because you're going in and out. Can you hear us, Pastor John? Can you hear? No, I think he froze again. Pastor John, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, Chief Abundance.
Yes, good evening.
I can hear you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I think he's having some problem with the internet. My internet is not.
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah, I think we're having some issues there with Pastor John. I think we might have to bring you back probably probably Friday or so now, John and Meto, because the internet is not working too well at all. I want to bring this to an early close today as well, because my internet is I'm not on my primary internet either. I'm on my secondary internet, which is the hotel internet, which is not the best either. I don't know what happened to mine. It seems like it's supposed to have data, but it seems like there is an issue there. So I'm sorry there, Pastor John, but we'll have to bring you back on another day, and Mr. Meto, because I'll just go through the audience, what the comment that they're making, so we can bring this to an early close. And so we have Mr. N4.
Monsieur Difa Ahedor, our director in Togo, TACC est déjà une réalité. Comme on rêve, on devient. As we dream, we become.
Amen. Okay, joining the bank, a land full of milk and honey uphill. Thank you very much. Good day to all from Antigua. Really grateful for these few days to understand more about TACC. Thank you very much. TACC is what binds us as a people with resolute goal. No, it's very important that we take our rightful position. Good evening, the House. May I ask all newcomers to please take time to read the white paper, watch the videos provided, so there's no misunderstanding about the mission of TACC. Thank you very much, Madam TJ. Good day to everyone watching from the US, Mr. Kenneth. TACC is actually a window of opportunity. Every person of color should take hold. Don't let it pass you. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. Bonner, my boss, TACC team, Dream and Become, watching from Ghana. Okay. Hi everyone. I am new to this forum, so I say hello. Welcome, Colin T. Good evening, Tiashans in the house. A special greetings to our able and dynamic global leader, Mr. Abundance, and panelists. Thank you very much, Ihuru. Just for African, please, no for Chinese. What? Chinese already taken over this continent, sir. Okay, I can go through all this. We should be on fire, because if we don't wake up, we are finished, and we better believe that. You are so right. If we have not wake up, greetings to you, Mr. Abundance, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. N4, and all the Tiashan. 2021 is a year I have already seen a company to buy. Amen. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. TACC will not only be a financial solution for Africans, but more of a revolutionary movement that will ultimately change the way we have been programmed to think. And that is very important. The way we think. The way we think. We think little of ourselves. In other words, and that is our greatest barrier. The way how we see each other. The way how we treat each other. The way how we scam and steal and disrespect each other. I think this is our greatest barrier. And so when your own presents something, you run from it. It's like you're running from yourself, you see. So that is our greatest barrier. First Lady UK, good evening, Mr. Abundance, panel, and all Tiachans. A warm welcome to all our newcomers. Now is the time to secure your future. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and the family of Tiashans in the house. Thanks for a lot for the excellent job you're doing in the power of unity. If TACC is adopted first, money will be there for development. Thank you very much. Your Highness, Chief Abundance, many thanks for your great education. You always give us concerning cryptocurrency and TACC wisdom. Let's hear from Ghana. All right, then. I want to thank the panel. Some of them could not. I think Gabriel is also off stream. Some of them could not come on because of the net. We have Pastor John. We couldn't hear him too well. And so we might have to bring them back another day. Let's see what we can do, probably Friday or probably Sunday, because tomorrow we should have our fintech partner that are working on our ecosystem to include in our Visa card. So they should be on tomorrow, plus I guess our ambassador as well. All right. So thank you very much. May you have the last word, Mr. Mr. N4, give us your parting shot.
Okay. I will just say, join TACC, become it, and happen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Blessing, give us your parting words there, sir.
Yes, sir. Our team for the year 2021 carries a strong message. We says, dream and become. If you can dream it, you can become it. Thank you.
Yes. Ambassador?
Yes. We rise by lifting others now.
Yes.
So tell people about TACC, introduce them, preach the gospel. Even if it's just a TACC, you're helping somebody to evade poverty tomorrow. Preach TACC, say TACC, live TACC. Thank you very much.
All right. We couldn't hear you too well there as well. I guess it's my internet. And so we want to thank you again. The has born from the Panama. I call you Lady Panama down there. We want to thank you for joining us. I know that you're ardent Tiashen. All right. So thanks again, panelists, for coming on board. I want to thank those who would have participated. Today, our internet, it's another reason why we need TACC. All these issues that we have, cryptocurrency can solve this problem with a click of a button. All we need to do is understand that we are creating money. And your understanding today of your investment in TACC will determine you and your children financial stability throughout your generation. Take this opportunity to understand what we're doing. Do some research. Try to understand. So I want to thank the panelists again. TACC is going uphill. Enjoy your